Macroscripts are short programs that are run for each printed label. They are written in a familiar basic-like language and allow you to perform actions that the standard variable types don't support. To illustrate how Macroscripts can add advanced capabilities to your labeling processes, this tutorial will show two examples. For our first example, we will show how a date entered at print time can print a Julian date on your label. To calculate the Julian date, we will need two variable fields: a field to enter the standard date at print time, and a Macroscript field to collect the standard date and convert it to a Julian date. We should start with the keyboard entry field. Add some text. Select keyboard from the data source drop-down selector. Enter a prompt. We would like the operator to enter date with 2 digits each for day, month and year. Macroscripts will often collect data from another field on the label, and in this case we'll be collecting data from the keyboard entry field. So that the Macroscript knows where to collect this data, it needs to relate to the element name. For this example, the element name is specified as DC. For the Julian date field, add some text. Select Macroscript from the drop-down selector. Any Macroscripts that have already been created will be available to load from the drop-down menu. Select Edit to view the Macroscript. The Macroscript dialog box can be used to create, edit, test and save your Macroscripts. Click on OK to proceed. For this tutorial, we have added the Macroscript as a non-printable text field for easy reference. In the first section of code you will see the element name, DC, specified earlier for the keyboard entry field. Again, this is the mechanism that is used to collect data for processing by the Macroscript. To print a label, click on the print icon on the main toolbar. Enter date is required and you will see the Julian date calculated on the label preview. For our next example, we would like to demonstrate a simple Macroscript that returns a specific value under certain conditions. The cost for shipping should display as £0 if the price is greater than £20 and £4.95 otherwise. We can write a Macroscript to achieve this. Before we create our Macroscript, we need to take note of the element name for the variable price field, which will be used to set our conditional statement. We can see here that the element name for the variable price field is text2. We now need to set our conditional field to source from a Macroscript. Select Macroscript from the drop-down selector and click on New to create a new Macroscript. Give the Macroscript a name. We can now enter our script. On the first line we set a variable for the shipping price, $, and we give it a default value of £0. On the second line we set our conditional statement. If the variable price field, text2, is less than 20, then $, should equal £4.95. Finally, we set a command to return the value of $, to the shipping price field. Once you have completed your Macroscript, you can test it by clicking on the test button. If your Macroscript tests OK, then click on Finish, and make sure you save your Macroscript before proceeding. Click on the print icon to go to the print screen. By entering a range of values, we can see on the print preview that the Macroscript is processing the shipping charge correctly. To find out more about Macroscripts, go to Help on the main menu bar, Help Topics and select Macroscript.